Welcome to the Gearbox podcast, where we dive deep into the dynamic world of automotive repair and ownership. I'm your host, Jimmy Purdy, an experienced technician turned shop owner with a passion for sharing insights, stories, and conversations with industry leaders. This is the Gearbox podcast.
So what are we talking about now?
Yeah, social anxiety.
Life,
Oh, dude, show back.
life, love, and the pursuit of happiness.
Oh, well, I'm out.
None of that,
That's all a facade, man.
Building badass cars, and living the dream.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you guys do?
Like TV shows, right? All done in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's basically what it is, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
super easy.
You just throw it together real
We're really
quick.
dramatic about it.
They just don't show you all the nightmares that you deal with on a daily basis.
Why would they do that?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any damn good
No.
sense.
No.
Well, thanks for coming in, to say the least.
Yeah, thanks for inviting us.
Oh, you already
You
started.
might regret it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we started a while ago.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I was hoping to catch something.
Got some
good
good B-roll on there.
Yeah. Good shit.
We'll see how the sound comes out. I got to keep adjusting it to try to. It's like two guys and one mic. I don't know.
I mean,
We'll see how good.
We're kind of used to it.
So I think you know each other, right?
A little bit.
for too long.
So who wants to do the introduction?
How about Nick? I've been here already.
Okay. What you got? It's your show.
So
Mr. Questions?
good point. So we got Travis, and he's been in before, but
Yeah.
we got Nick coming up from Grover Beach.
Yeah, Grove Beach.
Nick Valentine, right?
Yes,
Did I
sir.
get that right? Okay, perfect. So I didn't want to screw it up. That's why I was trying to give you the opportunity, because
Just in case.
I'm just not good at introductions. I forget people's names.
Happens.
I mean, I remember them until I got to talk to them, and then I forget.
Or if you see the card, you're like, that's that dude.
No, yeah, I definitely remember the cars over
Yeah.
people's names.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like-
Well, even my phone. There's 69 Camaro.
Like,
I know the guy. I don't
all
know
the
your
same.
name, but I know your car, dude.
yeah, I know who you are.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know who you are.
Yeah. It's all right.
So you guys are one and the same, right?
To a point.
Yeah.
Okay. So Nick, what's your specialty? What do you like to do? Put it that
I like
way.
to mainly do most metal work, tube work or sheet metal, which we've kind of gotten away from, just to kind of stay busy and keep it interesting. But any of the metal work, and then a lot of the resto mod stuff,
Okay.
kind of keeps it interesting and fun and changes it up a bit.
LS swaps.
Yeah, LS
for the
and then-
for the layman's terms.
Yeah, that or getting some LT stuff nowadays.
How do you guys like doing the LT stuff?
Starting the first one soon, but
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I haven't done one yet.
it's kind of same setup, just
A lot more stuff involved.
yeah, the LS stuff is nice. Just cam swaps, everything's easier to find parts. Tuning, LT is a little trickier, but it's
See, on the
a lot
repair
newer.
side, the LT is just a nightmare to deal with.
Yeah, I think because so comfortable with LSs,
Yeah.
you're kind of starting over in another way. So once you get comfortable with them and do a bunch of them, then it'll be normal. But
I think the interesting part is dealing with the clients,
yeah,
right?
Interesting. I mean,
That's what people.
That's a good way
that's
to put it.
That's what people want to hear.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you deal with that?
I don't know.
Like unreasonable expectations, right? Like that's something I think everybody in the industry has to deal with. Like, I want it fixed now, and I want it fixed for cheap, right? But it's like you're building something no one needs, right? And how much of your work would consist of just doing repairs versus just building something?
yeah, it's mainly building, and then repairs are hit or miss. I mean, you go through seasons where it's sand car season. You do a lot of preps and repairs, which those are kind of fun, quick, easy. But
So it'd be like the bread and butter, because you got to have something that's keeping constant revenue coming in
you
versus
bring them
just
in knowing what's a few things that you just are used to. Each car has their own little quirks.
right.
This year's car has this issue, and you try to address it and make it better next year. But yeah, a couple 3 days on them, they're gone. They're not like the 6 month full build frame off ones where people change their minds 800,000 times.
Yeah.
The quickie ones are fun because people come in with cool stories. Even they break your yard sale it, they're usually laughing, having a time. You're not doing general auto repair. They're almost proud they destroyed it, and they have a funny ass story to tell you with it. And then they're back out hammering on it again.
Yeah, they want to spend the money to fix it because they want to go do the same thing the next weekend.
Yeah.
So
You would think so.
I mean,
Somehow. They're probably just as sick as we are.
Well, at least you're there to actually help them. I mean, through the process.
Yeah.
It's just so it blows my mind because it's like the small amount that I work with is like I don't want. There's no way I could like build a business based around that stuff. It's like it's so hard to try to get people to, for one, to stay on the same page, right, and like not change their mind, and then understand the amount of work that goes into it.
Yeah, the wasted conversations on trying to reel people back into their expectations of their budget that's a whole other job in itself, it seems.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
just-
it's for everything.
It's the budget alone, honestly. You know, it's like what we do. It's more of the hobby. You know, like we talked about before. You guys need your transmission work or whatever repair you're doing to keep your cars driving throughout the day. You know, you have your kind of hot rods side of the business, but you know, it's everyone's everyday car here.
Yeah, it's
So
not a full build either.
yeah,
There's
yeah,
like
yeah.
no, by no means I want to go through and like every aspect of the vehicle. And it's like, how do you even explain that to a client when they're like, "What do you mean it's $100,000?" Well, why do you even want this done then?
It's
Right,
all
like-
about idea. But it makes them happy, so
As long as it makes you happy.
So why in your opinion is it a bad idea? I want to.
I mean, you're just buying like happiness, but it's all temporary, I guess. It's fun. We
That's
both do
interesting.
it.
Yeah, that's an
Yeah.
interesting
Like-
way to put it.
People come to you because they have to have their car. They have
Right.
to go to make money. They have to like get by, pick their kids up, do whatever they're doing. What we're doing is just nonsense. It's fun. I mean, we dive into it too, so I don't really have like a real reason because it's some sickness, I guess.
Yeah,
It's
we
nothing
go,
wrong
we go
with it.
down the rabbit hole too. So.
Yeah.
It's a disease that
Yeah.
It
we
really
all
is.
have in the
Yeah.
industry for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's your
I
vice.
mean, you
of
have
some
your own
sort.
cars too, so you understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in the same boat. You're not free and clear of this whole thing.
No, not at all. No, by no means am I like cured of this
Yeah.
disease, but yeah, it's just an interesting thing to try to manage that too. Like when you got someone coming in with unreasonable expectations, they want this, that, and the other thing, and like you're trying to make money, but you're kind of halfway talking them out of it, kind of, right? Like I don't know. It's like a whole different ball of wax. I mean, it's fun as a hobby. Like if you got no, it's not really fun as a hobby, is it?
No, it was fun before we made it as a business
Yeah.
for sure.
You get certain customers that are fun because they're very transparent about their budget and their goals and expectations. And then the good ones come to you and they're like, "This is my budget, but do your thing." And they just kind of give you like their overall. And we ask for budgets, but like a lot of people take it in a negative way where it's like, "How much can we try to weasel out of them?" It's like, no, we want to know your full budget to make sure we can get you the best options. Or if it's like not within like the realm of what we want to do, dial it back where you still get the end result that you're back on the road driving, having fun. It may not be as crazy or wild as your expectations are, but you get everything done and it still is very usable.
Yeah. It's within the means of your budget for sure.
What's the ideal client then?
That has a good end result on what they want. Like either they bring you a vehicle or you source it for them. Doesn't really matter that which way, but that tells you their goals with it. You know, if they want something they want to take their kids camping, tow with it, then do some off-roading, and then kind of wheel and be crazy, or just let you just run with like a vague idea or references. You know,
Just
they
like a solid vision.
yeah, that understands like it costs money to do it. Parts are expensive,
Yeah.
and they see the total cost. It's not like we're getting all that profit. There's parts, and especially nowadays, are ridiculous. And lead times are making it worse. And you're storing stuff and like kind of figuring all that into it. Like you store something for 6 months to do a week's worth of work.
Right.
So it's like that's kind of all wrapped into your budget timelines and everything.
Yeah. I mean that dives into the next part of like how to find people to help you do that stuff too, because that just like
You just don't. You just don't.
well, right. I mean that's like the part of the
No.
aspect of the business for everybody that's like, okay, so how that all sounds good, but then you throw like someone into that equation
Yeah.
and you have to get them paid and you have to like get them through the process, but you have like a whole different level of technical ability that you're looking for. How does that even
And it's hard to find. Over the years I've searched and searched to find good guys, and it hasn't happened. Luckily for Nick, he has a solid guy that he's had for what?
7-ish,
you know,
8 years.
and
Yeah,
it's just
definitely an oddball to try to find. Like, kind of have to be able to do everything for what we do.
Yeah.
Like from light mechanic work to cut, grind, weld, and do some shitty tearing stuff apart and get filthy and not cry about it, and then show up next day and be like, okay, doing it all again. Yeah, we tried some kids like right out of school that want to get in industry. Just not best case scenario. Trying to train kids to like be tough. You got to kind of find someone that has the same drive, same mindset. So I've been fortunate to have a dude for a long time that's been straight up.
We talked about, I think a couple of days ago, I was talking to somebody about, well, I'm working with the high school, right? So we're the industry automotive partner at the high school. So we were just at dinner with Miss Boswell, the teacher over there. And we got the alignment rack in now. So we're talking about bringing the kids in and having Hunter come do a training and have them all show up. And we'll do like a whole training with the kids and everything. It'd be cool, rad. But he's asking, so if we wanted to send an intern, what is it that we should teach them? Like, what do you mean?
Life skills. I mean,
exactly, dude. You freaking nailed it. That's it. Like the psychology of being in this industry is like so far more important than like any mechanical ability. Like, oh, I can weld. Like, dude, that's
there's everyone else in their mother. Like, yeah.
Mechanically, but that's not even about like you said, bringing up the mindset of like, go get your ass kicked, but show up tomorrow at 7:30 with a smile, ready to do it again. And I think that's lost, right? Because
that's hard.
We're all stressed. Like, even though it's our shops and our business is like, yeah, we're stressed. We just don't outwardly show it. Maybe you do.
Some days.
Some days, yeah.
Some days
last week
off.
for sure. For sure.
We've heard days where we pop off. We're like, that's too far.
Yeah. But the stress is always there. I mean, running a business. I mean, it comes.
And so it's nice to have someone that has a positive attitude, right? And it's not expected, but it's like if you give them a paycheck, you kind of expect them to have, it's like, dude, you're not handling half the shit I'm dealing with, but they have their own shit they are dealing with. So it's like there's empathy, but also you're trying to like find that line of like, man, I want to be, I want you to be positive so we can all be positive, but I'm the leader, so I got to be positive. But it's like, dude,
it's not always possible though.
No, it's not. It's not. And you have your bad days, but it was just an interesting question because it's like, what should the interns be learning to get an internship? And it's like, I couldn't even imagine on the custom car side, like, and that's where all the kids want to be, right? I mean, right? That's what they just see the end product and they're like, I want to do that. That's cool. That looks like a cool culture. That looks like a cool time. Like everything about it. And I don't blame them.
No, yeah, for sure.
We got to intern for the same thing. It looks fun.
No,
it is fun,
but then again, we grew up around all this stuff too.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these kids didn't grow up around it, but they see it on TV and see the cars around town. They wanna be a part of it, but they know nothing about it, and it's hard to get started that way. We grew up fucking little kids wrenching on shit, dirt bikes, whatever we can get our hands on, and then kind of learn that way.
So what would be an answer to that question on your aspect of like finding somebody, right? Like, and it's hard because you're probably hard on them when they come in and it's like you're nowhere near, but how much of that is like not even wanting to deal with it and having poor leadership, or like just the fact of like, this isn't going to work because you're not even close to where we need you to be. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot that goes into that. Like even just doing oil changes and brake jobs, but then it's like you want them to paint $100,000 car. Like that's not even like within the realm of possibilities for the next 10 to 15 years. Like,
well, it's just putting in the work, honestly. Like I wasn't good 15, 16 years ago. You still learn every day, but it's just, I don't know. That's why I don't have anyone anymore. It's too hard. It's
just a tough question, man. It's really
this day and age is so hard. No one wants to work anymore. No one wants to work hard. They don't want to get dirty.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to sit on a computer and just make, $100,000 a year. I mean, cool, me too. But I mean, come on, dude, it's the real world.
Yeah.
It's
the biggest problem with absolutely no solution. The biggest problem is trying to find people, right? But there's no active solution to like fix it. Like we want kids in the industry, we want the young generation to get interested in it, but what are we actively doing to actually get them in the door and be motivated? Not, hey, I'll give you a job, why don't you go sweep up all those metal shavings, go sweep up the floors, and when you're done with that, grab the mop, when you're done with that, wipe all the racks down. It's like, nobody wants to do that.
Yeah.
Who the hell wants to go to an auto shop and like go fucking clean the floors? Like nobody wants to do that. So it's just there's no answer to that, and I think that's part of the problem with it when you're dealing with like the technician shortage or like the lack of skilled people in the industry, right? Like, well, what are we doing to actively participate? Because we're it. right? Like us sitting in this room right now, we're the future. Like this is,
That's scary,
and it's
honestly.
and it's like, but without us having the solution, we're just contributing to the problem in a way.
Yep.
You know,
A lot of it too is like, I think Travis the same as I am. Is like we learned messing up on our own.
Right.
We didn't screw up on someone else's dime for X amount of years. Like once you finally figured it out, it's like, okay, other people want you to fix their stuff because yours isn't as broken as theirs. Where like kids nowadays, they don't want to try and destroy their own crap. It's like, well, we broke a lot of our stuff to try to like figure out what to do right versus wrong. And you have to not just like sitting behind a book or a teacher. It's like you kind of have to learn by just screwing some stuff up and figure out like don't do that way again. But yeah, no one wants to like learn on their own anymore. They're kind of
do you think
self motivation.
Do you think a lot are like scared to make a mistake because of the internet? Like,
for sure, you
being
get
like
asked for it, or like you post a picture of some crappy work. It's like everybody's just like talking crap nowadays. Like I get it. Like a little bit is there going to be in the industry regardless, but like yeah, I think it just puts a bit of a wedge, and they don't want to try anymore because they just get like rained out with just crap. But it's like that's just part of it. You got to toughen up, and it sucks, but take the criticism and do better next time. And we've all been there. Like I've done plenty of stuff where it's like I even looked at it like that's terrible. What was that? You throw the trash. You're like tomorrow's another day. That's a write off. Whatever. But I won't do that again.
Don't let anybody see it.
Yeah, it's one day better than you were. And you just constantly grow doing that.
I think too. I mean, moving as the generations evolve, I think that is the most critical part of it though. Like having someone bash you online or like posting that stuff, it's so raw, and I think there's a lot of value in it. And who cares what like some people say online? Like you like at the end of the day, like really,
you can't just take it. You can't like you can't take it to heart. You know, honestly, it's just
some other weeble behind a keyboard.
Yeah.
Like, they're probably doing worse than you are.
Yeah.
They usually are, right?
And
like no one doing better than you ever talks bad
it's
about
an age-old thing.
anybody
Like
else.
every customer I have that's doing big things, they very rarely run their mouth on someone else.
Right.
It's just like they're doing their thing. They're in their lane. They're just growing, staying there. People that suck are usually like
a lot of
the biggest ones to run their mouth.
Yeah. You know, and like people that are running a business and trying to do good for themselves, they don't have time to go bash people. You know.
Right.
It's the people that don't have a lot going on.
Well, like us sitting in this room right now, like we're not on Facebook looking for bad shit right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're actively talking about how to make it better, right? Like, and not caring about what other people say or do. But I just think there's a lot of value in just like showing other people that it's okay to make a mistake. But I think that's a big learning thing for me right now is like being, an owner and a leader and like trying to make sure that our work that comes out of the shop's absolutely perfect every single time. It's like you got to sacrifice a little bit of that quality to try to help evolve the next generation, and it's really hard because you don't want to. Your name's on it, right?
Exactly.
Like my name, I don't want stuff leaving and having to make a phone call like, hey, can you bring that back in because I think we forgot this but it's gonna happen, and the only way I can like get guys trained or girls trained is like to have them make those mistakes. And it's got to be on my dime. I don't know how else to do it. Because it's without it, they're just going to go to a different industry or they'll find somebody else to work for. And I don't know. There's a big thing about the technician shortage. I think it's just that. They're just so scared of working somewhere, making a mistake, getting fired. Or making a mistake, getting belittled, right? And like, I don't know.
It's, yeah. I mean, if it's constant mistake after mistake, like, cool. Like, got to do something about it, but no one's perfect,
right?
Yeah, just own up to it and move on, take the lesson, and
as long as you learn from it, that's the biggest thing. Learn from the mistakes.
Well, I think the mistakes, like in your guys' side of the industry, is like so much more catastrophic. It feels like
can be.
You know what I mean? Like it's a little more costlier than like having a vehicle towed back and have to redo a pan gasket or something like that, right? Like so. I mean, and then of course, like warranty stuff and forgetting something pretty critical. I mean, there's just no rule book, right? Like you have to be involved with every aspect of that build to know it's done right. Because there's no like flow chart. There's no like.
Yeah. And then some of our stuff you can't test drive. So you do all these repairs and you're like, there's no test drive. It has, it's a 2,000 horsepower sand car with paddle tires on it. And you're like,
I hope this works.
Good luck, man. We did our best. Like we don't ever test those cars, so you're really relying on just.
I feel like that's like with boat repair too.
Yeah,
for the most part.
Yeah. I guess you can't
middle of winter boat repair.
You can drive it all the way to the freaking lake. Like I gotta go to a test drive again.
Yeah, I just got on the hose pipe. It should be good doing 90 though.
Yeah, we'll see. So, I heard a little bit about last week. Is there a story there?
Yeah. What's the story, Nick?
Oh, just life, people, keeping everything on track, schedule appointments.
Just people just not owning up to their word. It's a big thing.
On the client side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, just there's not a lot of respect anymore these days.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like when you tell someone you're going to do something, just do it, or just have a courtesy and call. Hey, I can't make it. Just not show up the day of.
Right.
You know, so because it hurts. It just doesn't hurt us. It hurts Nick's worker. Hurts everything. The flow of all your scheduling gets screwed up.
I think that's something we can probably relate to.
Yeah.
There's no shows.
Yeah.
I think this year's been probably the worst I've seen.
Yeah. Everybody's been like, ever since 24 started, everyone owns a business. It's just been like, literally January 1st. Like, what the hell is going on with people?
Yeah.
Like, it's not the hard. Call a couple days in advance. Be like, hey, I can't make it. Something came up. Cool. But it's like the late nights or early morning or weekend drop-offs where there are no shows. You're like, I'm here like after hours. On stupid thing, like, I don't mind as long as you show up.
Yeah.
Right.
It's when you're at the shop, you're like, dude, I'm already here like plenty. I don't need to be here waiting for you to not
For
show
nothing.
up.
Yeah.
Like a quick heads up or text. It goes a long way.
Yeah. Yeah, the no-shows is really strange because over the years I've evolved the system to like do follow-up emails, text the night before, and like, okay, so we're all on the same page here, right?
Yeah,
Like, because like you said, there's other people besides me that are waiting on this, and then you text and you email, and then all of a sudden the day of, nothing, right? And people get sick, like things do happen, but it definitely feels like this year has been a little bit more than what I've seen before. I mean, when you get 2 or 3 in a row in a day,
Yeah, that's it's kind of iffy.
Yeah, when you start rescheduling a whole week for a bunch of people that need stuff in a rush, no big deal as long as they all show. When you're driving 3 or 4 in a row, you're like, why'd I rearrange the whole schedule and change everything just to help you out? Like,
And
that's
for you not to show up.
that's a totally different aspect because you're looking at something that's going to come in. You're going to have for a month. I mean, does it show up the next day, or just like legitimately you're just like, nope, I got something else and that's it? Or I mean, for me, that's like 3 or 4 hours. So if I get 3 no-shows, that's the whole day for one of the techs, and like that sucks, right? Because I really block out 2 to 3 hours for that car, then figure out what to do. But I'm not like dead in the water for a week, right? Like, is that
like I keep enough kind of big long-term projects where, when the small things come up, it's not a huge deal. But
Right.
when we sort of schedule, we're kind of like in a mindset and have parts ready, organized to jump back on the bigger projects. And then, if someone needs something last minute, it's usually not a problem because we have like, we're going to have the car for a year. So if we have to pull off for a 2 or 3 day job, but then you kind of change gears where you're into shop a little bit to accommodate them. And then no show, you're like, okay,
Sweet.
we'll go back to long-term projects. Doesn't really hurt the like overall income or flow. It's just kind of kills you like your drive and motivation.
Yeah.
Like reset up everything for, a
the
couple people.
the mental aspect, huh?
Oh yeah.
And the long-term ones, like you kind of like lay it all out, make a huge mess, where everything is, and then you're going to be done for a month. You pack it in the car and put all their parts away so you don't start losing them or use them for something else. It's like, we just put all that shit away, and then we got to pull it back out to get restart on something for the whole week. So then you sort of like, you just get a little scatterbrained on it. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
A lot of the mental stuff again.
Yeah, it doesn't really hurt anything. It's just like a little, you're kind of a little defeated at the end of the day. You're like, cool, we could have just like made another day of progress. Thanks, bro.
And then how does that work moving forward with the client? I mean, how many times that happened before you're like,
Just tell them not to come back.
that's it? One time you're done? That's
You're
it?
done. You're done. Just don't come back. Lose my number.
You had your chance.
Yeah, we have some good like long-term customers that happens. Like they're also busy too. Like the ones we've had the longest, usually they own businesses, so I get it. Like things come up and you just totally space out. Those ones, they're kind of forever on our books. Doesn't matter. I get it. Sympathize with them because I probably done it to them too. But it's just like the random yo-yos. It's like, dude, it's like a one and done, or you have the cancellation fee. You can pay the fee and you're back in the books. After that, like, in the nicest egotistical way, we have plenty to do. We don't need your work. We appreciate it. We welcome it. But we'll do fine without your annoyance.
Yeah.
But if you want to come back, that's cool. Like, happy to have it. But
And
sometimes
it's usually the people that just no show and just don't give a shit. It's the ones that are always like penny pinching and want the work done. Like, and it's the people that just don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care about the work. They don't care about anything, and they just care about themselves. They're just selfish. So.
And those are always the ones that want like the late night drop offs.
Yeah.
Can you be there on Saturday in the morning to pick it up? It's like, yeah, if you're gonna show, but like,
Yeah,
don't start grumbling about your bill and.
Yeah,
everything else.
it usually goes hand in hand, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're one
Like-
and the same.
Yeah.
It's the same people everywhere in every aspect.
Yeah, you get
of
them
it.
too.
You know,
Yeah.
you still, like,
Yeah, they just leave my shop with their toy, and they'll come here because they'll need something done, and they'll grumble at you. It's,
yeah, all the way around. They got
which is sad because they're probably just miserable people, but they just
possibly, yeah.
spread their crap.
I mean, we're pretty fucking miserable too, dude. So I mean,
Doesn't help
what are you
to have
trying
them
to
both
say?
in one.
No.
We
Have
just
them
hide
all-
out, leave everybody else alone.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's you can peg them pretty easily,
Yeah.
but it's tough too because you want to, you don't need the work, but it's like
No, yeah.
you can't say no to everybody, so you're
Exactly.
trying to accommodate, and you're like, why am I dealing with this shit right now? And it's usually the ones too where they like take your price and then go shopping around, like,
Oh yeah.
and like take a. So how much of that would you get with like parts or like stuff that you quote as you're moving progress? Do you ever have that where you get to a point in like a job or like a build where they're like, well, I looked up online and I found this, or I found it for this much.
The razor market, the whole razor market. Online, that cage is $8.99. Go buy it.
Yeah.
Go get a powder coating. You install it. You waste 2 days doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why my price is like going to be $1,000 more because we shuffle, we powder coat, we'll do all this stuff for you. It's like, Junior, it's probably going to cost you more. You're going to scratch it putting it in your garage. Your
But
wife's not going to be happy helping you. She's going to be so pissed you bought it for one because you didn't tell her, and then she's going to put it on.
But half the time they order the shit and it's wrong, and they show up and they bring it to you and it's all the wrong shit. So it's like you try to get away from that.
Or the cheapest version of what you
Yeah.
recommended.
And it's just
The what do they call it? The Amazon version or the Temu
Yeah.
version
I mean,
Yeah.
doesn't fit.
When it
both
shows
don't
up in
line
like the straight China boxes, you're like, oh, dude, oh, this is the wrong China, bro.
So with parts, we have our markup. It's part of our right. So when I price out a job, I know what the labor rate needs to be. I know what the parts markup needs to be, and that's what the job costs. This is what it costs to do it. This is what it costs to not do it. Right. And it's like it's all the same. And it's like, well, I can go get that part, and can I bring it to you? It's like, no. And I tell them straight up, I make money on parts. Like bottom line. That's so if I had to not make money on parts, I got to up my labor rate. Like this is all inclusive, right? So how does that work with parts? Is everything? It's just strict labor and parts at cost, or
I mean, I mark everything up 30%.
all parts?
Most parts, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
As like a standard, or is it like some?
kinda, yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know what some of my dealer stuff are, but for the most part, it's all kind of just 30%.
Okay.
Like you got to pay taxes at the end of the year on it.
Right.
And just it kind of just weighs itself out.
So the one thing I've always done is like a parts matrix, right? So it's like as the part gets more expensive, the percentage goes down a little bit, and you can kind of adjust accordingly, right?
Yeah, we don't know what that is. like whatsoever. Like,
Well, if I mean, it's just curious because I don't know how many parts actually are part of like the gross sales, right? Like, is most of it just labor? So like you just add a little bit on parts to make your the slight amount of income because you gotta, like you said, you gotta shuffle it around, you gotta move it around, you gotta make sure it doesn't get scratched, you gotta make sure typically when you get something delivered, it's probably not going on the vehicle that day, right? Like it's gonna sit around for a little bit, so there's got to be a little bit of like in term management fees, right? Like, so you gotta make a little money on it just because of that aspect. But how much of that actually goes into like quoting the job out, or like is that like a majority of like what the build would be, or the repair, or
I mean,
Yeah, no, I do mine a bit different. Like we're smaller jobs, there's a percentage, whether it be 15 to 30-ish%, depending on what my kind of deal is too. If I get a bit better deal on them, then I'll try to like work with them.
Yeah.
On the full builds that are you're gonna have for a year, it's gonna spiral a little bit just going into it. Try to kind of like do a little bit above my cost, just so more can go towards labor and they can get more out of it in the end.
I see.
Or we have some more time. Like when things do go wrong, it's like, okay, cool, that part kind of will float like a little bit of difference in the, what would have been a markup. We can kind of float that into getting stuff done or whatever else for them.
So you do more of a cushion.
On bigger jobs for sure. They're almost my cost are like 5% more. It's pretty minimal. More just storing or shipping costs or whatever else. They're kind of random things that come up that sucks to keep hitting people with small little charges. A lot of quotes we get too, people forget stuff. So you have to kind of include that in some of them. But when you're doing a job that's like,
who would forget?
yeah.
when you're doing a job that's like, 50 to 80 grand in just parts, add a little on there just for like little hiccups that come along, or we still make mistakes. We order the wrong thing, got to swap it out. Some return shipping kind of goes in there, but yeah, the quick little day-to-day jobs, they're marked up. Like there's no way. Because then they usually require more talking.
headache.
Yeah, more like BS time than the big, huge jobs. Because
I
usually
see.
if they're coming to you with a huge job, they trust you, they know you, and they kind of want you to do it. It's the little small jobs that just, you spend more hours per job to hours on the phone.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But the big ones, like, yeah, you talk to them for 10 hours overall, but
But
it was a
throughout
year.
In a year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
you're the same ones, and you'll
Yeah.
spend 3 hours on the phone for an hour job.
Interesting.
It's
Yeah.
time wasted.
Yeah.
So mark their parts up so it kind of comps that, and anybody's gonna do the same thing.
I see. And then as far like with like your labor rate, I know we talked a little bit about that too, about like changing between like paint versus your steel work versus your welding work. Do you just encapsulate it all as like just I'm gonna have 200 hours and it's all this X amount of
Yeah, we do that, and then at the end, total up. And if it looks too high, then I'm like if I wouldn't pay it, I'm like, yeah, we'll just dock that a little bit. If we had some bad days, you're worked on for 10 hours, but you have, 2 hours of progress. It's like, yeah, bill them for 2. Like, just because you worked on for 10, you can't justify it. Like,
yeah.
it's nice to have a good rapport with people and not just ruin it just by, tagging on hours. Just because you're there didn't mean you did a
That's
good
probably
job.
why
know-
you have a good reputation too, though. Because you're not
Yeah.
taking advantage of people.
Yeah,
It's hard to know what's really going on that aspect, but that's definitely something I probably will debate a little bit on because I don't quite believe that. I think I think if you're
Hey,
spending
you want to go run the business in? You can have it, dude. I'll just come work
Here are
for
the
you.
keys, here's the phone.
Yeah.
no, I mean, and I get it. Like it's emotional discounting. It's a big deal. Like if something comes in and I got to
Emotionally discounting.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
It is. It's emotional
stealing
discounting. Like I mean, if I do an engine job and it starts racking up, say $16,000-$17,000, which we got one right now, right? It's like a 02 F-150, and I'm thinking to myself, dude, I would not like,
I wouldn't pay this. This is
But if I look at the bigger picture, well, what's the other alternative? You're gonna go buy a $60,000 truck, like, and at least this one here, the engine's new, it's got a 3-year warranty, and you can justify the cost, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you really think about it, like, it's a decent truck, and now the engine's gonna be new, and everything else is in good shape, so it's not that bad. But if I looked at it as like, man, I'm spending 17 grand, like, yeah, I'm probably gonna start knocking that price down. But then I start looking at like, well, wait a second. It's at that price because I've spent all the time to make sure that every hour that we're open, we're getting compensated for. And maybe it sounds like maybe I'm ripping people off that way, but at the end of the day, I have to pay all the, you know all the costs that go into it. So it's like, how much of that is like detrimental? And it's like, and the other side is like, these people don't need these cars that you guys are building either.
No,
like,
exactly.
so
Yeah.
charge whatever the hell it takes.
Yeah.
Like, this is like,
Yeah.
like,
Like if you can't afford to build the damn thing, just don't come to us.
right. And
You
it's
know,
like, I got a soccer mom that needs to take her kids to school, and I'm like, fuck, this is like, and she's on a single income, and she's got,
Yeah.
she's a single mom with 3 kids, and I'm like,
It's your livelihood.
oh, but I can't justify emotionally discounting because then that affects everybody else. But I'm like, but
Yeah, it's like
so
sort of like being empathetic, but not too empathetic. You're like, you can't just pull on heartstrings every time because they
Yeah.
also got themselves in that situation. That's not your problem. Don't
Right.
make it yours, but you're like, you
Yeah.
also want to go home. Like, I kind of feel like a dick charging them full price. And you're like, could have knocked off a couple $100. Probably went the world to them. You, end of the day, it probably doesn't matter. But
I think most people it didn't even make a difference in the world either, though. Like,
yeah,
but it does to you. So it's like on that same kind of token as like, well, that was money that you could have in your back pocket to go buy your new piece of equipment or
Yeah.
like take, go out to dinner for yourself, but you gave it to them and they're like never coming back again anyway.
yeah, it's a one and done. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Was it really worth it? But yeah, the emotional discounting it's huge. And it's like,
Yeah.
and I do the same thing on big jobs, that go 4 or 5 months in, and it's like, you start looking at it like, oh man, did we really spend that kind of time? And then you see the guys working, and a lot of it's research, right? Or they're like putting something on 2 or 3 different times. And it's like, did it really take you 4 hours to like mock that up? Like, but how long it would have taken me? Would I have really gotten it in 45 minutes? And I'll use like the example of doing like a disc brake conversion, right? So that's probably something you guys are familiar with. It's
China.
China.
right. So you get these cheap parts, and you go to put them on, they don't quite fit. So you got to mess with it a little bit to get it to work, right? And it's like, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, so I've got like 3 hours, and it's like 3 hours. You got 3 hours doing a disc conversion. What the hell? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, what the hell have you been doing?
Nuts
do
and
you-
bolts.
Yeah.
Right. Like, how did it take you fucking 3 hours? It's like, but that's just what it took. And it's like, so how much of that is like, do you just send to the client, and how much of it do you say, all right, well, I guess I'll just pay out of my pocket his time to fix your car, or like even worse, give you a disc brake conversion that you don't freaking need. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
It's more of a want.
Yeah.
I get the empathy, but it's really tough to like.
Yeah.
You almost got to stay out of it.
Yeah, it comes into some like if they want to supply the parts, every single minute it's charged. Because when they're junk parts, that's fine. We're making your junk work. But if I pick it or I supply it, and we have a fitment issue, yes, it is between like me and the manufacturer. But customer, they want one thing, you're quoting one thing. If the parts suck, that's not on them. You know, especially if you pick them out. If they're supplied by them, then that's fine.
Oh,
They
yeah,
can
it's
take
a whole different story.
Yeah, when they supply junk because they don't want to pay for good stuff.
But you didn't engineer the parts either, though. So even though you used your best judgment, it's not like you engineered the part. You're not the one that like built it, manufactured, engineered all that stuff. So it's like to take that on your shoulders. I mean, granted, that's tons of empathy. Like, but at the same time, it's like, yo, I got like I'm here to make money. Like,
yeah, it's a hard toss up. Yeah, there's not really. It's always going to be an opinion. There's never a right answer.
Right.
It's just kind of is what it is.
Per
on
cases,
those
but
things.
I've heard that a lot with the custom build side. Is like they look at after a year, they start the exact same thing you said. They look at everything, and I'm like, oh man, that's a little much. So you start knocking thousands of dollars off, and it's like, man, that was your year though. That was your life.
Yeah.
Like a year of your life going into that thing. It's like,
And the longer they're there, the more you do that.
Oh yeah.
So like if it's there for like you plan on a year and it starts getting over a year, you're like, oh, you know, we could have done a little better that month. Like those like kind of slow days where like we just were into it. Like, okay, I'll dodge a little bit there, dock it there, and like you just do it. Like the longer it's there. If it's 2 or 3 day thing, build 2 or 3 days straight up, done out the door. But yeah, you put some good time on them, and it just kicks in.
so if you're paying attention, make sure you take a long time to get your car built.
Yeah, yeah. We're not taking any more big projects. Everything's really quick and easy. You hiring other trainees up here?
Take your custom one to make sure it takes more than a year and you get a big discount. Which
the labor rate did go up, so it kind of justifies for everything. No,
it makes sense, but yeah, it's tough because I don't know. It's like the whole adage of like the quicker you do a job, the more they should pay for it, right? Because it's like expedition, right? So it's always strange how that works, and so like the longer you take, the cheaper it gets. Like. It's really weird because it happens a lot, and then it really should be taking everything and you're adding 20% at the end. You know what I mean? Like realistically, right? But how much could you actually do that and still be able to have customers come in the next day? The big thing in like this side of like the service industry, I guess you'd call it, for the day in day out vehicles is just upping your labor rate. Well, you're not making enough, then you need to up your labor rate. You need 70% on your parts then if you're not making enough. Just continually pushing that envelope, and it's like, well, look, that's all well and good, but people have to pay that bill to have the business be successful. If they don't want to pay the bill, it don't matter how much you want to. It doesn't matter how much you estimate these jobs out. They have to say yes to it, right? I mean, how much of that is a problem for you, like to take on a car? Is that a fear when you like? Well, I want to do this one. I want to do this LS swap. I want to do this LT swap. I don't want to lose it. So do you quote low to get it, or like how does that estimating process work?
I don't anymore. I used to, years ago, just to get work, but it's to the point where you built a name up for yourself, so you're kind of constantly busy, and like with me, like I'm not picking and choosing every day what I want to do, but there's a lot of stuff that comes in. I'm like, I just don't want to mess with that anymore, So it's just
what would be an example of that? What's a turnoff for you? Like what do you
trying to get away from bodywork, dude? Like I just laughed. God, man, I'm just tired of it.
Done a huff and bondo,
dude. It just I don't know. I'm not a fan of the mechanic work whatsoever. Like I'll put a motor in every once in a great while. If, a small box Chevy blows up, I'll throw one in a car, but I don't want to do that every day. I'll do your LS swaps, all that stuff. I like to think outside the box and build something one-off versus buying something and just bolting stuff on. So
that sounds like a nightmare to me.
I guess
that's where you and I are different, but that just doesn't sound like a good time.
That's where all the problems stem from. It's every day is that you're recreating and you're trying to do better or different than the day before. Where if you're just like swapping a motor, like there's a couple ways to plug it in there, but in the end result, it's gonna be like exact same.
Yeah. Everything's all relevant.
Yeah. Bolts up in the same holes, all gonna be tightened. Whatever sequence you do is up to you, but there's not as much headache involved in that.
Yeah, the exactness of it is what I like.
Yeah, you see the end is the same. Like,
Right.
it doesn't matter.
Like my job is as a technician is to put it back exactly the way it was when it came in,
Like
to the
that.
point where you can't even tell.
Well,
it's
show me
taken
the way
apart.
it came in 'cause it came in broke, but
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Very good.
you're not doing a very good job there, bud.
Very good point there. Just the same, if not better. How's
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Is that
yeah,
better?
yeah.
Hopefully a little bit better than when it showed
Just
up.
slightly better.
It left on a tow truck the exact
I
same
mean,
way.
yeah.
Yeah, well, if
Hopefully
I could
it
do that
doesn't
every
leave on
time, then I'm on to something.
Dude,
like,
yeah.
And charge them for it.
They still pay their bill. You know what?
You're doing pretty damn
Yeah.
good, dude.
Yeah, I'll send them my resume. instantly.
Just pull it in and right back out, and that's $5,000. It's
Different
exactly.
truck. We'll hook you up with
It's
that
exactly the same. I know. That's how good I am.
one. Yeah. Hello, you came here.
That's funny. Yeah. The exactness. I mean, the fabrication. Anytime I get into something like that, I try to involve as many like components that can be bought, right? Like that way, the next guy working on it, he's like, "What is this?" It's like, "Well, you got to make that if you want to replace that." Well, that sucks.
What makes job security for us though?
Yeah,
No,
that's
for
true.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure. You know, just I don't know. Over the years, you just build a good clientele, and it comes down to money. Honestly, it just like, are they willing to pay for your talent? You know,
Yeah.
like, I want to show people my talent and get my work out there. But in regards, people have to pay for that. So it's just
Yeah, and so how much of that is like people showing up just kind of wasting your time as far as like just trying to get your ideas and do it themselves, or like try to get free information, or like try to get your aspect or your take on how you would do it and then leave, right? Or like have you just do one aspect of it, and is that something you'd even entertain as they're building something? Hey, so I just need this done. Can you just do this aspect and I do the rest? I mean,
yeah. I mean, I've done that quite a few times. I mean, just like a couple of weeks ago, I built a trans tunnel, driveline tunnel for a car that some kid was building. So it's cool to see people still out doing work. There's enough work out there for everyone.
yeah,
So
That's true.
it's just
Yeah. Yeah, it is nice to have those, especially those when someone's trying to do it. Whether they're doing all the tube work and doing the engine work and whatever else, and they just need someone to do, like you're saying, like just sheet metal. So yeah, it takes a lot more tooling to do that than like, building some small motor mounts. So it's cool, like they're kind of doing what they can in their garage or whatever else, and then, pick it up for a couple days and just knock out a bunch of sheet metal work. And then whether they'll come back to you later to finish it up for them because they just get over it, or
it's out of their ballpark as far as knowledge, but it's like over the years we've spent all this money on tooling and have the right stuff to get the job done faster, you know what I mean? And it's like a lot of people in their garage, they don't have that.
right.
They don't have the room, they don't have the funds to buy all these thousands of dollars of
To build one car.
exactly, for a car that they're just gonna go out and drive and they're not.
They find out they don't want to build another one.
No, exactly. Yeah. I mean,
it would suck.
how's
to
that
go-
working out for you, Jim?
Yeah.
I'll be happy when it's done.
Yeah.
Let's
yeah,
put it that
Which
way.
one? Which one?
One of
Well, I
them.
guess the Nova's done, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's close enough for now anyway.
It drives.
It drives.
You can enjoy it.
I don't know. Yeah, like I said, it's a disease.
Yeah.
I
it
don't know
is.
what the problem is.
It definitely
Like,
is.
why?
Yeah.
It's fun when you start. No. The fun part is when you're scrolling on the marketplace looking for a project.
Oh yeah. Oh hey, I
yeah.
need this.
Yeah, it looks easy.
Yeah.
On Marketplace, everything's super fun.
And it's always fun when you have it done and you're out and enjoying it.
Yeah.
Like
Like the riverbed
yeah,
today.
like our shit shows today. Like we're just it's just all smiles, man. You get out. I don't know. You come to realize you have to go enjoy the shit you have.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier today about these guys that collect cars just to collect cars and not use them,
Bizarre.
right? Like just to have them in a sealed box
No.
and take them out once a year.
No.
Build it to break it, right? Like,
I mean.
Yeah, that's like the fun in it. And everything
Yeah.
you break, you to get to, but you're forced to upgrade it so you can just do the same stupid crap next time, but not have to tow it home.
so you're still, I mean, even with the headaches and the nightmares, you still like going breaking your own shit.
That's otherwise you just go postal. That's the only thing that's keeping us absolutely from just going mad.
Oh, that's so interesting. Because it's
Yeah.
like the last thing I want is one of my own cars to break. It's like,
I don't want it to break either. That's
But
You find the limit.
you gotta
I'm
go
like,
out and
teetering.
have some fun with it.
And when you hear the cracking and breaking,
Yeah,
you're
you
like,
just kind of turn up the music.
dial it back a little bit, and then just ignore it,
Yeah.
forget it,
Yeah.
suppress the need to try to fix
It's like
it.
it's like giving yourself more work throughout the weekend. Like, oh great, now I got to think about fixing this all next week.
Yeah.
But also too, it's good on the, as dumb as it is on the business end, if they see you out just hammering on all your stuff,
Yeah.
it is good to like, okay, this guy actually hammers on their stuff. Like I can trust him with mine because hopefully you make it through, and you, especially on like our off-road side of stuff, like try to destroy everything I own, which is, it's terrible for
You
my,
do every day.
from my mental mindset, because I know it's going to cost me a lot of money, but it is kind of keeps you sane. And then
That's good for
people
marketing.
have to see you doing what you're selling them.
Yeah.
And then like if they're not, if you sell them a part, you can show them why you have it, why you personally run it, and what it does. If you just show up every day like a Geo Metro telling someone that they need to spend $1 million on something, it's like, bro, you're driving Geo Metro. Like,
It's like a mechanic
yeah,
showing up
you-
on a bicycle, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, life is
he's probably
gotta be
actually
a
the
little more
smartest
simple.
guy around. He's like, this is stupid.
On the aspect of marketing, so is there any active marketing that you do, or what would be like, other than what you just stated, what would be a way of getting your name out, right? If you like wanted to go that direction.
I've
Do you
always
do
liked,
it?
I always liked the thing of just like minimal on social media, just,
Yeah.
posting customer stuff, kind of keeping them updated too. Because a lot too, like your customers have all their buddies and everybody's asking them. So it's nice to have like a little bit of social media nonsense. And then, trusting that word of mouth will make it work. I never
Which
want to
usually
have
does.
like,
Yeah.
never want to do like a radio thing or a TV. Like for one, my anxiety would go through the roof. But I think it was
Like it
Rolls
is
Royce. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what Rolls Royce or one of them, like I can't remember which big brand it was, but they never advertise. Like word of mouth and your customers talking about it should
Yeah.
make your business thrive if you're doing a good job. Where if your business fails, it's because of you and the end result. But
Yeah, it's never someone else's fault.
yeah, it's always gonna be you. But if you
Yeah.
can make it thrive off of word of mouth, then you're doing a good job.
Yeah,
Because people love to talk bad when they do good. So if you get enough good, then
that's
Right.
true. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's pretty tough. I mean, word of mouth is not an easy thing to get anymore.
yeah.
I mean, there's just. I mean, the saturation is crazy,
Mhm.
right? Of like marketing and people just shoving stuff in people's face, like without being part of that, you kind of get lost in it a little bit.
Yep.
I don't know. That's tough. And I mean, obviously, when you're dealing with year-long jobs, you're not trying to fill your bays in a sense and make sure you have 110 cars going through the shop a month.
Yeah. No. Those days are over. No, you can only do what you can do, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, the marketing aspect, I think getting the shiny stuff out there, right? Like, it's like showing people on Instagram, Facebook, like the cool stuff you can build, and then hopefully they reach out. I mean, I don't know. It's tough. I mean, there's so many. Like, getting on the, like you said, the radio and TV. I don't know. Look at like people like Richard Rollins, just like a totally different direction of like what most people want in their shop, but he's like wildly successful. I mean, for what he wanted, you know what I mean? Like, and I think he's got a decent shop,
Yeah.
but like the guy's kind of a salesman. Like,
That's what he is.
Yeah.
He knows how to talk the talk.
right.
And
It's like a lot of people don't want that because I don't want to be that guy.
like
Wanna-
me, I don't know how to talk the talk.
Oh.
I can talk to customers, and that's about it. I'm not a big social
Well, you just want to
guy.
be like you just want to build cool shit. Like I
Yeah,
don't really
exactly.
care about all that other stuff.
Nope.
Like I just want my work to showcase who I am.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Just
don't-
want to work. Just show up, work, go home.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
No more, no extra needed.
Not like
Yeah, it'd be nice just to show up, still own a business, but not have to deal with the paperwork.
Not have
the
to deal
phone
with business owner
Yeah,
things.
it's just like I just want to work.
the American dream.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it really is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, why pick a fence? The whole shebang.
Still trying to figure out how to do that.
Have a fence? Go to
I
Home
mean,
Depot.
I mean, the fence would be
all,
nice.
all the above.
Keep the riffraff out.
Yeah, yeah.
Offense would be
Justin
nice.
said.
Though. So on that topic, as we kind of wrap it up a little bit, what is the outlook like? Like, what do you feel like, and for both of you, like moving forward, the ideal client, the ideal shop, the ideal like cars are changing a lot right now. There's like huge shifts in the industry, right? And I think a lot of people are pushing back more to have like older vehicles and keep them on the road. They don't want this electric stuff. They don't want all these freaking sensors and stuff to fail and all this stuff. So I think a lot of people are taking old cars and trying to modernize them, right? Like that's a big one. What I mean, is there a direction or a vision that you see it going?
You? I
You just show up and work
I
every day.
always had different expectations, and anymore it's kind of just do the more of what we're doing, just try to keep it to being more of the larger jobs, keep like the foot traffic down, and then just find other people to sub out the smaller jobs too. Because it's the small stuff is fun, but the bigger ones are way more rewarding. And just do a couple of those a year and just leave it at that. Where it's like you have like 4 people you deal with on a yearly basis, and that's it. That'd be a deal. And then like light production, make some parts,
Yep.
small simple things that are not like there's no explanation needed. It's pretty cut and dry, and then that's it. That'd be ideal.
That's interesting, and that's like I think that comes from a lot of seniority, because that's kind of the direction that most businesses end up tailoring to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Increase your ARO, your average repair order, and decrease car count. I think when you start an auto repair, you want car count. Oil changes, you want 200 cars in a month. Like you just want to knock things out. And then you start realizing, I'm not making any damn money. It doesn't make any sense. So you start getting your repair orders up to 1,600 and lower down how many cars are coming through the shop. And I'm with you on that. My idea would be if we can keep the car count down around like 30 or 40 a month, and then keep the repair order up around 2,000, that's kind of a sweet spot. But it's tough because most people don't want to spend that kind of money every time they come in. They feel like they're getting kicked in the teeth. Like every time I go there, it's like $2,000.
No,
Like,
sure.
I don't want to do that.
Just buy a new car at this rate.
But I think on your mindset of that, I think that's that kind of a consensus in how it like usually develops, because that's what makes sense.
Well, I
The
mean,
less people you got to talk to, the more you can do your work.
Yeah, and working is what pays the bills. You need
Yeah.
that in the end.
Right.
But you know, like when you first start in your business, like of course you can't do.
Can't do what he said.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
know
you
what
just
I mean?
kind
Like
of to eat shit for a handful of years, do all the
Yeah.
little small jobs you don't want to do, but every one of those little $20 jobs can turn out to be thousands
Yeah,
later.
it's just it might be a repeat customer, it might not. You know, like.
And you got to do it with a smile on your face too.
But every time, you're like, I'm losing my ass in this, but I come back next time.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, as long as you just learn from the lessons and grow, then
Yeah.
it always does work out.
And it just comes down to putting in the work, you know, when you first start.
Well, showing up every day,
Yeah,
being there, always being there.
especially even if you get kicked in the nuts, pick the phone up. Doesn't matter. Pick the phone up, show up.
Yeah.
That's like the bare essentials, really.
I mean,
I'm trying not to pull your
bare
hair out.
essentials, but the most important thing, like
Yep.
just to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think I see that a lot too with guys that aren't doing so well. They start showing up at 10 or 11 or noon. It's like, oh, I don't know what's going on. It's like, dude, if you show up at 7 a.m. every day, why? There's usually no one there. It just takes one.
What if there is, though?
It just takes the one, right?
Yeah.
It's a waste of my time to get there that early.
Just an hour extra a day.
It's an hour more progress away from distractions, though, too.
Yeah.
True.
Like, we changed
That's
shop
a good
hours
point.
a while ago, 6 to 4. Because from 6 to 9, you get so much done before the phone rings, people
Yep.
show up, whatever else. So you almost can, like, I'll get more done before
In
9
the
o'clock.
morning.
And then
Yeah.
9 to 4 is just, like, losing my mind somehow. Like, either on the phone calls, ordering parts I thought I ordered the day before, tracking down where the hell they went because they're either lost or something else. You know, that's most of your day anymore. It's 8 hours of chasing that. It's just get in early and just
Doing a little actual hands-on
grind-
work.
Yeah, grind as much as you can. And the first phone call, just be like,
Okay,
Alright, I'm
the
done.
day's done.
I'm just going to be on my phone and just deal with headaches all day. But just accept it and be like, cool. Do that with a good mindset, hopefully.
Because
And,
I'm gonna be the fireman for the rest of the day.
Yeah, pretty much.
Walk around with fires out.
Yeah.
It sounded better and better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean. Yeah. We'll go there.
Well, it's been fun.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys coming in.
No,
Yeah.
yeah,
A lot of
thanks for
good
having us.
insight.
Mm-hmm.